Is it possible to teach someone how to ride? Welcome back, friends. Happy Monday. How's your sober October going? If you read my blog post, that may make a little more sense. I've actually done pretty well. Had a one-day armistice when I went over to visit my brother, but other than that, I've held pretty strong, and I've been upping the kettlebell swings and push-ups and walking in the morning, and I feel pretty good. I mentioned this last week, but it bears repeating that my favorite front rack is finally, after what seems like, well, it doesn't seem like, it has been months of it being out of stock. Bento Racks are back in stock. For those of you who don't know, sold by SimWorks, made by Nito. A word of warning, the prices have gone up significantly. Like with anything else or everything else, it seems like the prices have gone up. The prices on these racks have gone up significantly, but there are a limited number in the web store right now. I'll put the link in the description. So teaching people how to ride. Allow me to explain, because I know you can teach, people teach little kids how to ride a bike all the time, and sometimes adults. I think to a certain extent we all want to share our love, our enthusiasm for riding a bicycle. And there are many layers to that. It could be, just giving somebody an ear beating about your new bike, the last ride you went on, etc., whether they asked for it or not. I think we've all been guilty of that at one point in time or another. And then there are people that you come across and you may offer helpful suggestions. The two biggest ones that I can think of are, the height of your saddle and people that just continually push a big gear. And I've seen this a lot recently, especially with e-bikes. There's this idea that in order to get exercise, you've got to go out there and just try to murder the hardest gear you can on your bicycle, forgetting that cycling at its core is an aerobic activity. There certainly will be moments of anaerobic activity, climbing hills if you're training or racing, sprinting, trying to stay with a group. Those are going to be moments when you're anaerobic, but for the most part, cycling should be an aerobic activity. I would much rather see most of these people pedal in a gear half as hard and just ride twice as long. So there are things like that you can suggest. What I'm questioning is actually going deeper than that, and it's the answer that I would normally give is it just takes time. If you're taking someone that has almost zero cycling experience and then trying to ramp them up to being able to ride 15, 20, 30 miles, I don't know how you teach that. One reason is that I've done this for so long that I've forgotten why I do what I do, so it becomes hard to explain when people ask questions. And the second thing is it just takes time. Your body has to adapt to that type of activity. I've only been in this situation maybe one other time, and to be completely honest, I had mixed results. So it's a thought exercise, but it's also a question. How do you take somebody that has no experience or very little experience and get them to the point where they can ride 3 or 4 days between 20 and 30 miles a day? The last thing you want to do is take someone who's enthusiastic about the idea, put them in that situation, have them get through, say you're going to do 3 or 4 days or in a row, have them get through the first day, struggle through the second day, and quit on the third day. That's not good for anybody. So, yeah, it's something that I've been thinking a lot about because I've been getting questions, and they're questions that sometimes I've struggled to answer, and maybe I have a tendency maybe to overthink the answer sometimes, which can lead to confusion. I don't know. So like I said, it's a thought exercise, but it's also a question. How would you handle that situation? I hope you're all doing well, and I hope something good happens to you today.